Hi, I'm Susan. I've been making books with children for almost 20 years, and today the project I'm going to do with you is a stick and elastic book. Whenever I can, I like to reuse paper rather than starting with a new sheet. So we're going to be using I'm using two pieces of paper here, and they have writing on one side of them. I don't want the writing to show in my book, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold each one in half so that it's a long and skinny shape. Here's one. And here's two. Now, when I fold books, I like to, you want to try to be nice and neat, line up your corners as carefully as you can, but if they're not perfect, don't worry about it. So here's one of my pieces. I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to take the other one and I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm doing this holding it up to show you, which is the way I do it when I give a workshop. But when you're working at home, it'd be easier if you did this on the table. I'm going to take one of my pieces that I have, I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to tuck the other one inside. And these are the pages of my book. They're all ready to go. They're ready for the binding. What I'm going to use for the binding is a stick and an elastic, and I'm going to use a hole punch to punch holes in it. So I'm going to go, here's the folded edge where the spine of the book is. I'm going to be near the top edge. I'm going to go in with my punch just a little way, and I'm going to punch a hole. Then I'm going to go down to the bottom, a little ways from the edge, and do the same thing. You want your holes to be fairly close to the edge. The further in your hole gets, the less your book page will open. So you don't want to go too far in. Now, take my elastic. And for my elastic, I save things. This is, I think, from a bunch of asparagus. I save them from, the newspaper gets delivered. If vegetables I get have elastics on it, I save them, and that's what I'm using here, and a stick I gathered outside. I'm going to put the elastic around the stick, and then I'm going to put the end of the elastic into the top hole of the book. I'm going to pull the elastic through, and then I'll turn the book over, and I'm going to go down to the bottom hole and pull the elastic through. And then I'm going to wrap it around the stick, and here's my binding. Now, one of the things about this I find when I'm teaching, I don't do this one with a large group of kids with a lot of people working at the same time, because even though it's a very simple construction, it's a little tricky to get that elastic around the stick. You can use this book for all kinds of things. This is one using a piece of bamboo here, and this is a Know Your Dinosaur book with a page for each dinosaur. This is a book that was made by a German exchange student who stayed with us, and for this she used a grocery bag for the pages. A lot of times when I do it, I use the front or the back panel for the books, but for this one I took the side panels, cut them in half so that they were long and skinny, and then that's what she used to make her book. And then the last one I have is one that I did in the fall of a book of leaf rubbings, and when you open up the pages, because you have the double page here, I just tucked a leaf right in here, closed it, and went over it with a colored pencil. You could also use a crayon, and then I could do it on both sides. And for this, the elastic looked not quite so natural. So I used some string rather than an elastic on the binding, which you can do. So I hope you enjoy making your stick and elastic book, and I'll see you next time.